Hey guys, I'm Yummy, so welcome back to my channel. So I'm just gonna make like a quick video on how I get guitar Ikuyo's guitar tone that is based in the studio version for free actually, with the help of Neural M modeler's profiles. So it is basically like an open source kind of tone where you can find sounds for your M head, your guitar cabinet, your bass cabinet, even your guitar pedals online for free actually. You just need like your guitar, your PC or your laptop, and your audio interface. This NAM or Neural M modelers is basically like a plugin that you can use in your digital audio workstation, also known as DAW. All of the tones for Guitar Ikuyo is based on this YouTuber. Again, I reference him, but I think he just makes Bocchi the Rock's tone in general very accurate. So I'm just gonna base it off of him actually. In summary, what he said is that Guitar Ikuyo's tone is basically includes of the clone centaur, which acts as a boost, and then apparently they also have the Vemuram genre OD pedal, so they use it as a overdrive. For the M head, they use a Fender twin reverb kind of modeler, and then they also use a Bocchi Shiva 1x12 with celestial CL80 speakers, if I'm not wrong. So the speakers are inside the cabinet, like what they use. I think they mod it. We're just gonna go online, tone 3000, and we're gonna see whether we can find tone that is similar to Guitar Ikuyo's tone in the studio. Before anything, please do check out my clothing brand, link is in the description. We design stuff that is based around Japanese and music subculture, so everything is designed by me and my co-partner. So if you like it, please consider supporting it if you can afford to. This is the best way to directly support me, because I'm also trying to grow my clothing brand as well. So thank you, and let's get back with the video. Okay, so I have found like plugins and cabinets and IRs and M head that is similar to according to what that YouTuber has said. First off, we have the Clone Minotaur, which is an emulation of the Clone Centaur $5,000 overdrive pedal. I think it sounds great. I think it really sounds similar to the original, so I will link everything down in the description. For next one, we have the Vemuram genre pedal, which is on the Tone 3000 website. The next one is the Fender twin reverb. This one I only found the M head, so later I will show you the step on how to put it inside your DAW. For next one, I found a Bocchi Shiva 2x12 instead. The thing is, right, it is really hard in this website, the Tone 3000, to find Bocchi Shiva with celestial CL80 speakers. I can't also even find that any elsewhere, so we're just gonna make use with this. Also, I forgot to mention that for the microphones that they use for Guitar Ikuyo's tone is actually a Telefunken M80, and then they pair it with a Sennheiser MD421. So essentially both are cardioid dynamic microphone. Okay, so ignore all of those that isn't thick. So just take it as this is at the top of the chain. So okay, I'm just gonna run down quickly. So for starters, we need the M head and then the cabinet, which is your IR's impulse response. I loaded in my Neural M modeler here, and then you can, like, after you downloaded the Fender twin reverb, inside you will find all of this actually. So the one I'm using here is the twin reverb vibrato bright. The impulse response, once you downloaded it, inside you'll see there's 4 types. The good thing is that for this Lancaster pulse, can like blend 2 impulse response at the same time actually. You can also include your impulse response here in the Neural M modeler, but you can't really blend, especially if you have 2 different microphones. Once you downloaded the Bocchi Shiva 2x12, inside you'll be given an SM57 microphone and the R121 microphone. This R121 microphone actually costs about like 1.5k in real life. The fact that we have this for free actually. It's really good. And the one that we downloaded, the Bocchi 2x12, it comes with the V30 speakers. Celestial CL80 is not available, but they gave us Celestial V30 Vintage 30 speakers. People usually compare CL80 with Vintage 30, the V30 speakers, and I really think it sounds great. So I had one with the left side with the SM57. So on the right side, I blended it with the R121 microphone, and then on the balance, I kind of put like a not somewhere in the middle. I kind of shifted it towards the SM57 because I like the tone of the SM57 more actually. Afterwards, we need the pedals. As stated from the YouTuber, in front of the M head, they put like the Vemuram pedal, so it acts as an overdrive. I didn't really mess around with the settings, the EQ. I only increase the output and input because it is quite soft actually. Afterwards, then you need the boost. So that's why it is at the top of the chain, the clone centaur or the clone minotaur in this case. So these are the settings that I use. Okay, so now we're gonna test for audio and how it sounds. So the way Guitar Ikuyo set her tone, as far as I know, in the studio version is that you need a guitar with single coil, preferably like a Strat or Telecaster, or those with splittable humbucker pickups. And then usually it is in the middle position actually. This is how it sounds like after I put everything. Okay, I actually don't know a lot of Guitar Ikuyo's riffage because I don't really learn her stuff, but yeah, that is typically how Ikuyo guitar's tone. Her tone is essentially like it's not to the point where you have a lot of distortion around it, but it's not to the point where it is quite clean actually. Ultimately, it depends on the song that she's playing. The tone that I set right now is typically for songs like If I Was a Constellation actually. So it is not really heavy, and then maybe for songs such as Never Forget, probably it requires a lot more distortion. So what I would do actually, I would increase the Vemuram input and then probably the gain for the clone centaur as well. There is one song from them that's called Unite, which is like the closest thing we can get to a post-hardcore, hardcore kind of Kesokuban song with the fast hardcore type beat. And then I think that song is slightly heavier for guitar tone. What I would do is like just, you know, crank the tone, the input and the gain a bit. And I forgot to mention that all of this is without post EQ. See, here is untick and there's no saturation or nothing. So yeah, that's how you get Kita Ikuyo's tone actually for free. I really love the Kita Ikuyo's tone, or like the solo for If I Was a Constellation, when Bocchi broke her high E string actually. You know what, actually, Kita Ikuyo is a beast, man. Her chords are so intricate, while at the same time she can sing. And she started learning at, like, you know, within a few months. Damn, I can't even play that properly, man. Damn, she's goated, man. She's goated. So I think that's about it. Like, that's how I achieve to get Kita Ikuyo's tone for free actually. Okay, so the main key takeaway here is that obviously you need a PC or laptop, you need an audio interface, a guitar with a single coil, preferably Telecaster or Strat, because to me those kind of pickups sound slightly different, slightly more twangy as compared to if you have a splittable humbucker actually. Probably that's just my ears. You also need a DAW, digital audio workstation. The one I'm using right now is Reaper. Thank you guys for watching. Please do remember to check out my clothing brand in the description. Subscribe my channel for more guitar covers, and sometimes I make videos about yapping about my favorite anime, and sometimes I do gear reviews also. So if you like both anime and metal and hardcore, subscribe to my YouTube. Trying to grow a community here. And stay safe, stay straight edge, and take care of yourself. Peace. Otsu.